coming from Umar Damagum, who is the national chairman of the acting national chairman of the PDP, and Sam Anyanwu, the acting national secretary. Both of them threatening to sue over your remarks. What is your reaction to that?
Very simple. That I'm happy, I'm excited that it has gotten their attention. The idea behind these remarks, a majority of these remarks, is for people in opposition to be alive to the responsibility of holding government accountable at all levels. That the PDP and the Labour Party have not held government accountable, and that they have not been credible oppositions. They've not been a veritable opposition to the APC government, and that they must do better. You know, for me, basically, I'm of the opinion that if rhetorical statements were made concerning people and they feel that they want to sue me, so be it. I will be glad and willing. For me, I have said it time and time again that arrest is like a public relations for me, and jail is campaign for me. You know, so those are some of the things that I enjoy. And
you enjoy going to jail?
Yes, of course. I miss prison, I must say. You know, and for the things that I do, you know, if I don't get to see the four walls of prison, it means I've basically compromised. You know, and that's why I tell you that the first signs that an activist has betrayed the struggle or compromise is when he begins to fraternize with people who are in government.
But when you say you're missing prison, I mean, it implies that
and this is not metaphorically speaking.
Sure. It implies that you're saying that they are actually correct in suggesting that you're defaming.
You know, for you to defame anyone, there must be malice. You know, there must be specific malice directed at the other person. You know, there's no malice whatsoever against anybody. All I'm asking for is that the opposition should be a credible one, should wake up to their responsibilities, should be alive to opposing the government. They are not opposing the government. Evidence abounds that this current PDP, led by Damago, has strengthened the APC rule, the APC misrule, the APC's effrontery in crushing dissent and voices of opposition. In Rivers State, this particular chairman and executive of the PDP have aided people who had wanted to remove the governor from office. You know, the law is settled that when people defect, that they lose their seat. They've withdrawn court cases. But of recent, which is very well commendable that...
Well, he wrote a letter.
Yes, recently. Just of recent, which is commendable.
Asking INEC to hold...
Yes, which is commendable. Yeah. When they do something wrong, we must hold them accountable. And when they do the right thing, we must also commend them. Even this recent letter that they wrote, the Nigerian people do not believe or trust that the intentions were right. They feel it was more or less of a face-saving, which I also agree, a face-saving measure. You know, for me, I am of the view that they have been in bed with the government in power, and that they must prove to us, if critical voices in the country like us, who have courageously spoken against this government, if they feel that by silencing us, by some threat of suing us or dragging us before the court or the prison, if they feel that is the best way to strengthen the democracy, we are ready. They should bring the game on. We are always unapologetically ready to challenge them. You know, even if they have the backing of government, we will still challenge them. You know, so for many of us, just in finally answering the question that for someone like me, I will never intentionally say things that I do not have evidence or credible intel, you know, and when the time comes, don't worry, we will cross that bridge.
Right.
But we must charge all members of the opposition, be it Labour Party, be it PDP, that they must hold government accountable. They must truly be opposition. You can see how credible and how viral the opposition in the US is. We have just witnessed an election in the US, fairly and keenly contested. With this current opposition, look at 4 members of the opposition have just defected today to the ruling party in the House of Reps. Very shameful indeed. When nothing is going well in the country, you find members of the opposition defecting to the APC. There's no basis or any justification whatsoever for this. You know, the political crisis in Rivers has been aided by the leadership of the PDP, led by Damagum and Sam Anyanwu. These are Nyesom Wike's loyalists. They have not hidden it. He has openly said it. You know, that they belong to Nyesom Wike, they work for Nyesom Wike. They have said it. In fact, Damagum was quoted as saying that, oh, if they say Wike has bought him, let some other people also buy him back. You know, why will any national chairman of any political party say that? Sam Anyanwu practically follows Nyesom Wike all over the place. You know, even to commissioning projects. Nyesom Wike is an APC minister in the government. So this opposition just have to do better. They have to task for power. Yeah, they have to get power. Do you understand? This was not how the opposition in 2014-15 was behaving.
Indeed, but to be fair to them, because we have to try and balance things, I mean, Nyesom Wike is a member of the PDP.
Yes, and Wike ordinarily should not be a member of the PDP.
Well, yeah, but that's another argument. Yes. But the fact is that he is a member of the PDP. Yeah. So when you say that they're following him around,
unethically so.
When you say they're following him around, I mean, they'd say, why not? He's a member of the party. I mean, the party has not expelled him,
which they should have done long ago.
But they haven't done it.
Yes, but because they lack courage, they lack the political will to do so. They do not like to do what is right.
Right.
You know, and this was a man, Wike was a man who said that he would never leave PDP. The APC is cancer. The PDP is malaria. You know, he lacks character, you know, and majority of the things that he says and do, they are at variance with all the things he has said in the past.
Right. Well, let me take you up on some of the specifics. Because you did say that, broadly speaking, I mean, obviously there's nothing wrong with criticizing the strength of the opposition generally, but I think there were some specific things. You said, for example, that the national chairman of the PDP, Umar Damagum, you accused him of serving tea in the house of President Tinubu's chief of staff, Femi Gbajabiamila. And you also accused the PDP's national secretary, Sam Anyanwu, of serving kilishi in Mr. Gbajabiamila's house. And that's because you allege that they essentially serve the interests of President Tinubu.
Absolutely.
I imagine that you perhaps didn't mean that literally.
Of course, they know that it wasn't literally. But all Nigerians know that they are in bed with the APC. They know. Even they themselves know. They should prove to Nigerians. Prove to me. I need them to prove to me.
Yeah. But
that they are not in bed with the APC.
Can't know that because they don't have any evidence.
Okay, why wouldn't Nigerians know when these people are not doing the job of opposition? They are not. In the context that an opposition must be critical of government, an opposition must take steps to make sure that the government is put on its toes, an opposition must confront the government when the need arises. And that is why I said, you know, legally speaking, so many things I'm keeping so many things close to my chest, and I can tell you for a fact that these guys will eventually prove me right. And the way they are going to prove me right is that they will do things to show you that indeed they work for the government and they are with the government. I want a situation where, for instance, when I saw the letter written by the Damagum NWC, I was happy. I told myself, I said, this is what opposition
you mean about Rivers?
Yes, about Rivers. I was happy. I was like, this is what the opposition should be. Look at the Rivers situation. The Rivers situation is so sad and depressing that they organize elections, party elections in Rivers, and they gave the positions to a faction loyal to Nyesom Wike. Nyesom Wike is not the governor of Rivers State. Nyesom Wike, you cannot be governor in the FCT and governor in Rivers at the same time. You must choose one. And it is common knowledge, party administration knowledge, that the governor is the leader of every political party in the state. What this particular NWC have done since the beginning, since they came on board, is that they've sided with Nyesom, their man. And the leadership of a political party must manage all interests, even when there's conflict. It should be the leadership of the party that will say, oh, we are going to make sure we capture all interests. Oh, the governor, we recognize that you are the governor. Oh, the minister. You marry all the interests, the conflicting interests. You do not take side. Do you understand? Look at a situation where, and PDP is not the only political party facing this. The Labour Party is facing similar challenges. There is a Tinubu man in the Labour Party that the Peter Obi and the NaijaNews are trying to get out of their party. He has also refused to leave. If the people of a political party say they do not want you, why are you forcing yourself on them? I had an interesting conversation with the PDP chairman, Damagun. I was going to Kano for
acting chairman.
Yeah, acting chairman.
Yeah.
We had and I told him plainly on the plane, on the Max airplane to Kano. And I told him, I said, I want you to move as chairman. We had this conversation from the beginning of the flight till the time we got to Kano.
How long ago was this?
This was a few months ago. And he said, why? And I said, because you are not doing the work of opposition. That's the reason why. And I told him that you are practically serving the Tinubu interest.